everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Pride and Peddlers. The Artista Collective is actually here now. So it's not just like, oh, we, the members of the Artista Collective. No, they're actually here, which is really cool because now we're technically in the endgame? Question mark? But we'll find out. Anyway, so what I want to try to do today is capitalize on the sewing machines. And this goes back to the very first episode of when I tried this whole thing to begin with, that Steve actually commented that sewing machines are incredible to trade with. So we're going to be selling Steve's sewing machines today as much as possible. The first thing I need to check is to make sure that these obreras are not actually using them, which they are. We're going to stop that like instantly. And we definitely need to keep them for our artistas, so that is fine. Let me just see how much they're going through right now. I know we're actually going to have to actually get some more timber, or I'm sorry, wood through here. Otherwise, we're going to definitely run out. And this is only with 2 of these factories actually working. So I'm trying to see where a good location would be to actually get some more wood from. Ducal Garino might be okay. We are actually producing 4 here, so we can consider this spot. On the other hand, Caldera de Fuego is primarily bringing in our timber. Oh, look, we got up to 10 million. That's pretty good. Rio Ralto might actually be the best location because it's actually pretty large, and it's actually producing 12 per minute with the current rate that we have going over there. So we actually brought in a whole bunch of bricks too, and we're going to start up with these helium extractions. We actually do need a little bit more people. Ah, yes, we were waiting for some goods to arrive, right? Did they actually arrive? They did. Perfect. So let's go ahead and upgrade these guys to the obreras, and we're going to go ahead and immediately build one of these helium extractors. And they are pretty fast. So, oh, it's based off of... Wait a minute. So do we actually have clay in here? What's the problem? Oh, they're bringing it in. Okay. I understand now. I done get it. I done get it. So, we're going to have to get a ship over here to start trading some more of our wood from over here. So, Rio Ralto, we're going to definitely get as much wood as possible, and we're going to bring it to Nova Prosperitum. And with that, we'll probably be able to get a little bit more of this stuff going. So I think what we'll need to do is we are going to get 2 clippers. And these 2 clippers are going to be purchasing aluminum profiles from both Isabel and from Yauska, because they're the ones that actually sell them. And Steve is 100% right. The global market price for these ones are insane. 1.9 is actually pretty solid for this going forward. It's a little bit more than cigars, but we can produce this very, very quickly. And that's what I definitely like to see. Why do we barely have any timber in here? What's the problem? What is happening? Are our ships not coming in with our timber? That's not good at all, is it? Which one is the timber one? There it is. What's your problem? Huff and Pride? Come on. Hurry up, just a little bit. I'm not asking for a bunch. What do we have in here? We have a lot of wood going through. Okay, so this bauxite mine is also done. We're going to stop that. And now we do have a considerable amount of workforce right over here. I think, oh, it's this lady. The lady is consuming all of the timber, is she? Yeah, for the cigars. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense now. I don't want to run out of that. That's not a good resource to run out of at all. So hopefully the Puff and Pride will be able to get over here sooner rather than later. I might have to change that out to a steamship the moment that we get to it. But let's take a look and see what else we have over here. So we have the Jalea, which we're going to be producing relatively soon. And that's going to help with our Artista population going up. They do want it. They also do want the Mezcal. But the thing with Mezcal that just annoys me is all the stuff that you need to put into this. So that means we're actually going to have to capitalize on our herb gardens. And along with citrus groves, which I haven't built any of. I might just be able to get them all from Capua, honestly. That might just be the play. But I'd like to focus a little bit more on Rio Ralto first, so we get helium out of here. And once that happens, then we should be relatively solid. Oh, that's perfect. That's a great amount of timber or wood coming out of there. I hate that they're two different things. How much do we have now? We have 8. So we should definitely consider getting some airships. That would definitely be a good thing to do, I feel. So we'll need the rigid airship hangar. I think putting it like maybe right over here is probably a good spot. So we're gonna lock in this area for the airship hangar. We also have 1,100 artistas. What other stuff? What they're black market goods? So they would want Abstein. They would give some money for it. It's not a lot, but they would give some. I really want to get to the beach. If I get the beach need, then we'll definitely get a whole bunch more of these guys. That'll be fantastic. And that's relatively soon-ish. So there's 100 timber. Ah, yeah, now I know why. I upgraded a whole bunch here. That's where all the timber went. Okay, I get it now. I also turned off the NPCs. That makes life a lot easier for us, so we don't have to hear about the Years of Fire over and over and over and over and over again. Christ. But now we have to get to 1800 so we actually get to back in business. I think when we get close to that, I will turn the NPC on just for the quest line and whatnot. There's a lot of room back here. You know what? I'm gonna work a little bit. Let's get some more of these lumberjack huts built. Oops, that's definitely not what I wanted. Go ahead and build that over to here. Gonna have a warehouse. That'll be a 98%, but whatever. And then we'll have another one be placed like right over here, and then another one out here. Because I have a feeling Rio Ralto might not be able to manage all of this, and I would definitely like to have at least one more sawmill over here. Because these guys are going to go through a lot. And I mean a lot of this stuff. Okay, that one's bringing over from Blanca. There we got the caoutchouc putting in. I'm sad that the market price for soccer balls is not as good as what I thought it was going to be. You would think when you're at this chain, it would actually be a lot stronger, but apparently not. We also have to have a bunch of fuel. Like, 302 is abysmal. For what it is, that's absolutely abysmal. But at least we're making money. That's the most important thing. I'm kind of hoping I could get my great steam clipper back at some point, but I'm not holding to the fact that we absolutely... Those guys are working. Okay, so the groves for the mezcal are going to be interesting. So we'll probably have them here because we have a lot of our workforce actually based around farms and farm fields. I don't think we're going to need to actually use these, though, so we're going to get rid of them in favor of the citrus groves, which I'm going to go ahead and build now. Let's put one, like, right back here, and then we're going to put another one right here, and we'll connect them via road over into here. We might be able to squeeze another one in here, so this is actually at 100%. That's perfect. It's right alongside the road. We don't have to build anything else to it, and they'll start working very quickly. What are you? You are another industrial oil press. So I only built the one, and that's definitely not going to be enough, is it? Industrial oil press. No, it is not. So are you set 100% here? I guess you would be, considering that I placed it here. It is planting, and it's going to need some fish oil to get that going. So this island will definitely not need to have plantains here. It would need to have citrus. And with citrus, we can trade this and then also provide them with mezcal, which is okay. Hopefully I'm saying it correctly. The herb garden, on the other hand, that's the onion. That back here, that's what we have to do. And we would actually need aluminum profiles for this. No kidding. Why are you paused? Start up again. Oh, that's because they had a little bit of a riot. They didn't like their working conditions. Oh, sorry, boo. Oh, shoot. Go ahead and start up again, and then you guys start up again. So we'll probably have the fields over here, I guess. And we'll have to bring in some fuel, which is okay. What's the entrance looking like for this one? It looks different than the game, the base game. I think this is the entrance. So we'll have the modules. We'll need the tractor barn right over here. So probably we'll bring the Caladan over here. Let's get this built up. That's 124. We're going to also extend this over down to here and lock it in here. So that's going to be 1. And then I'm just going to go ahead and copy the exact same thing and put it right over here. So that'll make 2. I want to assume that's going to be good enough. We're not going to put the fertilizer silo down yet because I don't actually have any fertilizer here at the moment. Nor do I have fuel, actually, for that matter. But what I'll do is I'll start bringing it over. The Flying Dodo. Now it reminds me of Ice Age. The melon! The melon, the melon, the melon, the melon, the melon! Okie dokie. That is aluminum profiles. Why to there? What is happening here? Some confusion. Oh, it's what the heck? Yeah, that's fine. So we are purchasing them from Isabel. It wasn't loading. We would have to purchase some more from Yauska. I think that's actually sufficient enough, but let's go ahead and get what we need over there to Capua because we want to get these herb gardens going. That'll actually be pretty substantial. And I could care less about these fuel stops. I really could care less. They can charge me all they want for it. I'm more than capable of purchasing as much as I want, when I want, and how I want. So Carl actually has a decent amount of fuel, and I'm going to utilize that. I'm not going to take any timber from here because clearly that is a problem. And luckily we do have an island right here that's producing a whole bunch for us. So I'm just going to go over here and I'm going to get some of the... Well, do I need to? I'll get some fuel from Caldera. Yeah, I'll get some fuel from Caldera. I'll get some bricks from over here. And then we'll head back over down there to Capua. And we'll build this spot up. Because they shouldn't be too bad. We'll probably have to put in a little schooner as well to be built, because I definitely don't want to be utilizing a clipper to transport all that fuel. That just wouldn't make sense to me. When can I start selling these freaking celluloids? I probably can now. Yeah, I think I can now. I feel like there'll be a better time to do so. That's why I'm kind of hesitating. How much fuel do you have in here? You're maxed out. 216 for the most part. Yeah, so I'll get about 100 just to start off. I mean, over there, they can't even house 100, so I'll probably have to have 75. Let's get at least the 50. I will just go for 70. And then we're not going to touch that. You guys do have a fair amount of bricks. I will grab the bricks. And I'll get 50 timber. No, we have timber over there. We should be fine. Let's just take this over. Oh, aluminum profiles. That's what we need. Do we have any here? No. We need to get some aluminum profiles from Nova Prosperitum then. And then we will head on over there in earnest. I love seeing the money go up, up, up. That's fantastic. So essentially, we are above what we had before. And that's fantastic. What we have to do, though, is actually upgrade these guys a little bit more. And then we will be able to see our citizens actually progress into the later stages. I'm going to put another sawmill over here because I definitely want to make sure I don't run out of timber. Clearly, our cigar factories are working so much, and the Years of Fire lady is constantly purchasing all of our cigars. She just goes through so much. It's crazy. And coffee, for that matter. She's purchasing them at such a great rate on both. The perfumes is going to be the next one I shoot for. So that's going to be... Ethanol is going to be fantastic here. But we don't actually have access to it yet. I'm not sure why there's no music playing. There we go. Kind of just have to cheese it from time to time for it to actually make a sound. Is it making a sound? Well, I keep the music on low because I've gotten some copyright notifications from time to time. Not strikes, just notifications. Alright, how many of these do we have in our stockpile? We have 97. Okay, not a bad, not bad, not bad. We still, like, the fact that I have all these celluloid plants just doing nothing, I'm just gonna pause it. That's gonna help out with our maintenance costs. Next one, the Celestial. Oh, I like that name. That's a cool name. Let's get at least, let's get 30 aluminum profiles for now. I think that should be sufficient. And we're going to sail down here to Capua and build these. And then we're going to use this very ship, the Flying Dodo, to actually bring over what we require as far as the herbs are concerned. So hopefully we'll be able to get that going relatively quickly. The good thing is that I've actually been purchasing a lot of sugar from Isabel. So I should actually, yeah, I'm maxed out on sugar. So I'm not going to deal at all with the coffee. I'm just going to focus on this. So our citrus groves, we have this one over here that's working, hopefully. They are at 30 seconds. This one will be at 15 seconds. So that means we're going to actually have to have one more in order for this to work perfectly. And that'll make that 90%. Are you at 90%? Oh, aren't you glad I muted her? There's the Years of Fire again. Okay, if I go there, that will mess it up. Okay, we're going to keep this one here. We're going to bend the road like so. And now we'll have enough mezcal coming in if we want to have this starting up in earnest. Because we can sell it, I just don't feel like that's the right call. So you get some fuel down over there. And $1 Million Dung event, which we're going to just have some outhouses built over there. So not a big deal. What's the problem here? Do you not have any more? Is that what the issue is? Or are we loaded up here with clay? I think they're done. Oh yeah, they are done. Okay, so that's all said and done. The calamari here needs to be sent over. That's why I had a ship. So I guess I don't want to use the Celestial for this. I'm gonna build another schooner. I will get that stuff coming first because we want to at least get the Jalea out here. That's simple to make. I already have enough probably in here of calamari. I have 24. And then where the heck am I going to put it? You know, because it's a restaurant type building, I kind of want to just put it in the town somewhere. I think that just makes sense. Like, this is a nice beachfront spot to go and just have some food. You know what I mean? Does this actually make it to any of our warehouses? Yeah, see, that's the problem. Like, I put one right over here as far as I can go. Like, right over here. And then I will put down a warehouse. Probably... Oh, Lord. I'm gonna move this one over. And then I'm gonna plop this thing right in there. So now, you'll be able to go get your food. And it does actually require the herbs and that, so... All those things in one is fantastic. I'd love to see it. Love to see it. We actually do have enough corn in here, right? We should. Oh yeah, we're fine. We're fine. Desmunda. Okay. Let me tell you what to do, Desmunda. I need you to go to Blanca, and I need you to get me some of that delicious calamari. And I need you to bring it over here to Nova Prosperitum, because people want to have some jalea. Thank you. And then, did you make it all the way down here? You're almost here. Thankfully, we're going with the wind for the most part, it looks like. The wind's facing southwest for the most part, so should be alright. We're almost at 11 mil, so this is actually going very smoothly. Let's go and fast forward it so we don't have to see this snail pace, or glacial pace, rather. That's actually the better way of putting it. I'm going to put the fuel in here first, followed by the bricks and the aluminum profiles. And what I would like to do is build up a couple of these outhouses first. So let's go with this line. I think that'll be okay. And then we're going to build this farm, and we're going to build this one. We are out of some timber, but we will get that going relatively soon. And we're going to have to put down the fertilizer silos. So this actually is a good thing. We'll wait to actually have some fertilizer in here before we build them. But let's just see how fast it'll be. So that's at 30 seconds right now. And they'll be able to deliver this relatively quickly. What was that sound? That just sounded terrible. Where are the tractors? I don't see the tractors. I don't see any tractors. I'm paying for tractors. I don't see them. Oh, it looks like this side is the entrance. Hold on. Let me fix that. Nope, that's not the... Pick this building. There we go. I seriously don't see any tractors working in here. They're just going to work as is. Top of the morning, Bill. Ship constructed. Okie dokie. The Trinidad. Alright. So the Trinidad is going to be bringing over our citrus from Rio Ralto. Where are you? Citrus, citrus, citrus. There it is. Good 50 at a time, because it seems like that seems to be the normal route. Gonna bring some over, and then we're gonna put it in here. We just need to get the herbs going. And once we actually have enough, we'll funnel some more resources in here to actually build up the piers. You know what? We can actually kind of do that now. Paladin, how much do we have over here? I don't want to really touch the amount of bricks that we have here. I'd rather just get some more from Nova Prosperitum from now. And that should help. 11 mil in the bank. Let's go. Because this is definitely going to help us get some more of our artistas. Both of these, so that'll add 2 more. So 4 more in total when we give them both. That's okay. That should be sufficient enough. I don't know about the ice cream, man. The ice cream is a big, like, if it's easy to make, sure. If it's not, because that's a happiness need. And I, quite frankly, don't care because they're not giving me anything for it. There's a lot of industry here. This way they don't particularly like it, but whatever. They can deal. So would this actually be enough for them? I want to assume it would be. I have a feeling it would be. Yeah, it definitely is. Yeah. Actually, it would overproduce for a decent amount of time. So I'm happy about that. I'm not sure what to do with the Celestial quite yet. We're just waiting over here. Don't need that anymore. Let's put the herbs in here. They're coming through fast. Oh my god. What's the issue? I can definitely build this, but why aren't you letting me build it? Oh, because you need 45. Okay. Well, we'll just wait, I guess. That's the only thing we can do, but we're getting a whole bunch. So what I'll probably do is wait until that gets up to 75, and then we'll start the route until the Caladan actually arrives with additional resources, because it is indeed my fastest ship at the moment. Then we will set that island to task properly, and it'll produce a whole bunch of herbs for us, and then we can just bring it over here. But so far, the campaign's been going very well. I was a little bit worried about that market crash, and then we're going to be having $1 million dung event, which is absolute joke. So don't need to worry about that whatsoever. Let's get this stuff over here. Expand upon the piers. I'm not going to actually build them, so I'm going to go immediately to blueprint mode and just put down the depots. So we'll put 1 depot over here, 1 depot over here, 1 here, 1 here. Hey, that worked. I think if we were to put 2 more, ideally this should be enough. Well, let's go ahead and do that just for good measure. And then obviously, because I'm a crazy person, I need to beautify regardless of where I am. I'm gonna put all this down. Nice. At 39 herbs so far, looking good. And then the other one was what again? That just needed the citrus in there. So both of them need herbs. This is misleading. This is very misleading. Did we actually get our shipment of calamari in here? Or have we not? Not yet. So you might actually just be arriving here. Well, they did actually take some stuff. Why are your population numbers constantly going down? What's the issue? We could become a landmark. Well, you were for a time, but now it's just more like, well, we don't actually need any Abras here unless we want to extract that. Let's just hold off on downgrading any more of them. We'll just keep them as is. 52. All right, I'm gonna start bringing it over. So it is the flying dodo from here. I'm just gonna put as much as I possibly can into the ship and bring it over from now. It'll be fast, depending on the wind, so we should be okay. And now I think we can go ahead and build up both of these. I definitely feel like we should upgrade this when we actually get what we need in here, because that's going to be a really important warehouse to keep going. So how much are we actually producing here? 15 per minute is pretty solid, plus some additional goods. And that's still, these guys still don't have what they need, so it'll probably be around like 20 something. Very, very fast. So we want to make sure we actually get this stuff going. The corn over to there is still, meh, whatever. I needed to actually put one of those little schooners on this particular route with Carl, so we're going to get another one. Still don't have what you need, that's okay. Don't really care. I can go ahead and build the mezcal bar as well, so let's go ahead and put that thing... I really like building these close to one another. For some reason. I just feel like it works. So we'll have the mezcal bar be right over here, and we'll put a little road in between. So these guys are going to start working. And they have electricity, so that's definitely going to be fantastic. Put the sugar in there first. So this is definitely going to be a lot more lucrative than getting the chocolate going. Because the chocolate's not going to pay us anything. If we really want to sell this later on, Isabel would purchase it from us for 1.1k. So that's okay-ish. Now, what's happening here? Okay, celluloids are now more expensive. So, probably sell them off a little bit. What's the next event? Inflation. Okay, yeah, let's go ahead and sell off those celluloids right now. Do just a little bit to get some more money. It's not that big of a deal. I have 850 for Christ's sake. Let's take it over here and sell it off. Alright, and put these in here, looking good. So, let's... Do I want to upgrade? I'll just build another one. Yeah, just build another one. That's going to be better. Perfect. And then we'll keep the bricks and such for expanding on the harbor port area, which is important. I'm going to go ahead and upgrade the main harbor area. So that's 350 in here. Upgrade that. I think we should have enough fertilizer, and we will be getting enough fuel. So we should be fine. And now fuel prices have gone down. It's just more the dung prices are up. What's your problem? You don't have any? Well, to be honest, I don't even need these guys working. I really don't. What'd you bring in? Oh, you're taking the celluloids. Perfect. Yeah. We're going to sell off all those celluloids now. So at least these guys can work again. And we'll have them constantly produce as much as possible until we find another reason for celluloids to become more important. And we are getting some more timber in here, which is fantastic. Ah, there we go. So we are getting the mezcal and the jalea now. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So now we just need to make sure that the corn doesn't suffer. And they are using little scooters. That's awesome, dude. Hell yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, why is this a production? Why is this the skin for a production building? You know what I mean? It's really cool. It's a literal bar. Why are you going to put it on an industrial island? You know, I almost made that mistake. I looked at it. I'm like, this shouldn't be here. So I went over and I actually built it in my main big island, the Manola Island, right in the center of the actual settlement. It looks a lot better. So the halibut over here, I need you to trade some fuel over down here with Carl. Thank you. And I think we should be okay with the islands that we need to actually have, like, fuel-related aspects on them. So, like, over here, for example, we definitely need to make sure we have fuel. When it comes to our other islands at this point, if there's orchids somewhere else besides Nova Prosperitum, they're on Capua. Okay, yeah, we definitely don't need to go anywhere else with our fuel. That's okay. Look how fast the herbs are coming in, man. That's crazy. And this ship probably didn't take a lot. It took enough, but now it's going back slowly but surely. So I'm thinking we upgrade just a little bit more before the episode timer is over fully. And want to stick to like the central part of the settlement itself. So let's get these guys, let's get these guys, and let's get these guys, and we got the beach. Okay, a noble nightmare. Do not engage in any kind of trade with Margaret Hunt or she'll regain her footing. Or sell 50... wait a minute. Where's that celluloid ship? We can't trade at all? Okay. Hold. Where's my celluloids? Okay, we need to sell celluloids to Paloma. What's the other thing we have to do? Okay, I have ethanol. Alright, perfect. So we're going to sell 50 tons of celluloids to Paloma. We're going to sell 50 tons of incendiary grenades to Isabel. And we're going to sell 100 tons of ethanol. There is the amount of tons I've sold. 54,000. That is not enough. We're going to be going for some time. Alright. I need to actually, like, micro this to make sure I don't trade with her at all right now. Which I'm only really selling some stuff. It's not a lot. Where's the Caladan? Caladan's over here. I need 100... well, how many grenades again? 50 grenades. See, this is a good thing why I didn't sell all the grenades, because I knew I was going to need them. Those are bombs. Where are my grenades? 50 grenades, and then 100 ethanol, right? Ethanol's at the very bottom. 100 ethanol. Perfect. Oh, I'm a genius. And then we'll be able to actually get that item, but I feel like if we were to get that item, then the game would be over. I actually feel we can get the gold in this one, and now that I actually see that Guiding Your Victory, we have all this, and we've sold 50, because this was my complaint, that we didn't actually see how much we were selling. That's not my ship. That ship is paused. Yeah, I think we're good. We're not selling to her much at the moment. We were going to sell the celluloids, but now that whole plan's moot. Okay, really? You have to be that slow. Well, we're going to get this done in the next episode because we are unfortunately out of time for this one. So we're going to watch our incredibly slow flagship mosey on over to Isabel's port. And then hopefully we will get the gold in this one. We just have to sell 500,000 tons. And all we've done now is 54,000. So what might happen are little bit of time skips, which we will talk about first before we do the time skips. Other than that, we'll probably be seeing this entire series go on for as long as the Anno 1800 expert campaign, which is a long time. We don't really want to do that with a scenario. So until next time, my friends, thank you so much for tuning in. Really appreciate it. Appreciate all of your support as always. Please consider like, commenting, subscribing, hit that bell button, sharing it with your friends. Thank you so much, and I will catch you on the next episode, my Rantians.